all right.
What up, Dr. P? What's up, buddy?
I didn't want to go live today.
Yeah, man, I can tell you were struggling. I can tell.
This must be a special day today.
Man,
because it didn't want to go live today.
Something happened in them grits, man. That's what it was.
In them grits.
It's the solar flare.
Hey, girl, you know what? I think you're right.
That sounds like tomorrow. Yep, that's the solar flare. That's right. Blame it on the solar flare. How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
Everybody fine.
In the house. Let's see who we got.
We
got Mark. What's up, Mark?
She's in the house. Cowboy's in the house. Karen's in the house.
Brother Wade
in the house.
Dr. Paul, what's going on?
We got Marcy. What's up, Miss Marcy?
What's up, Dr. Paul?
What's up?
Family?
I see this. Carol G. What's going on?
She's in the house. Yep.
Hey,
Stephanie's in the house. Irene is in the house. Pat's in the house. What's up, Queen? What's up, Queen?
Wow.
Can't do it without doing the wave. Hey, Dr. Eloise is in the house. Dr. Eloise is in the house.
Yeah, buddy.
We got Patricia in the house. What's up, y'all? Joyce is in the house. We got Dolores in the house. Who else we in the house, man? We got a lot of folks in. Cricket's in the house.
Valencia's in the house.
Dr. Paul.
What's going on? Hey, Dr. Eloise, how are you? All right, we're going to get started. Get locked and loaded. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it is a solar flare that's messing up, man. We wouldn't want to go live today.
That's right.
You know? Yep.
All things must have
All right, let's see here. We're going to go live now. We're going here.
Could I ask you a quick question?
Okay, let me get started. Okay?
Okay.
Yep. All right, we're going to go in. We're going to get things started. Big B, we're going to get locked in.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, boy, I tell you, it was a challenge today, man.
Hey, look, I can tell you were struggling. I can see him over here.
I was like, what's going on here? Yo. All right, we're going to go in here. We're going to go live.
Bet you got that number.
You know, it's always changing up also, baby.
Yeah, man.
You know, every time I come in, these platforms change.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to keep it new. I don't know.
Hey, I know one thing. You got to tell them better leave you alone, because I ain't going to have it.
Hey, this is Dr. Paul, Big B.
Yo,
and I want
buddy.
to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. That's right. I hear you. It's Wednesday. We in here Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing. We cooking, right? We got to get it going.
Yeah, man.
And thank you for waiting. You know, hopefully everybody's doing well and you're keeping on point with the change of the season and all the good things. So I want to get started and we're going to bring on down the music here, Big B.
Yeah, man.
Everybody bring that music down.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Look here, man.
Come on, share here. Man, you should be
that's everybody. Dr. P.
What's up, buddy?
I'm doing good, Doc. Yeah, man.
Hey, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. This is the place where we say you get your midday week boost of health. So
that's right,
I want to welcome everybody. If it's the first time you're joining us, we call it the family tree because we gather around the tree and respect to the ancient elders, you know, times when the elders got around the tree. You know, and guess what, Big B? We gathered around the tree because they call it the ancient laurel trees. And those trees were places where you can talk about situations, anything going on with the tribe or the people or the family.
Yeah, man.
Because that's your real social security. You got to say it slow. Social security.
Yeah.
It's your family. So that means any problem, any situation you got going on, guess what? It's probably right around you. So with that being the case, we want you to join the conversation. If you want to join the conversation, go right down to your menu bar and you might see the heart down there where it says react. Click that react and put your name up there. And Big B, you're going to pop up there with your hand and then put you in queue. All right. And if you're somebody that says, hey, well, you know what? I don't want to get in queue. I don't want them to see you. You just want to ask a question. Go down to the chat box. Punch it in there, and we have Prophetess. I don't know if she's in here.
No,
today.
Prophet says she's not gonna make it tonight, Dr.
Oh,
P.
she's not going to make it today,
No,
but
nope.
Big B will probably get that information out of the chat box, and we'll try to answer the question. We can't answer everything, but we'll try our best, all right? And if we say it's somebody that may have missed the prompt where you log in from phone, or you may be calling by phone, you missed the prompt, just let us know you're calling by phone. We'll try to get you in, all right? So we want to get locked and loaded. We're going to get started because we run a little behind today, but I want to welcome everyone. If the first time you join us, let's just not be the last time. That would be a time when you invite yourself and the family, because we talk about everything, don't we?
I know that's right. I know that's right, buddy.
About everything. You never know what we're going to talk about over here. So I welcome you, and we're going to get started. So without further ado, I want to give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan, a hand. Let's give him a hand, y'all. Come on, come on.
Big Bill. Yay!
All right. Yep.
That's what, buddy.
Yeah, man. I'm doing good.
Hey,
hey, y'all. Let me
right.
Hey, y'all. I got something to tell you. I'm gonna blow him up real quick. Look, I saw Dr. Paul. I had an assessment on Monday with Dr. P. All right. I had to go and make sure I wasn't dying over there. Got to make sure everything's gonna be all right. So the brother, hey, look. Can you believe I haven't seen that Negro since for 5 years? I said, you got not trying to be good looking and chunky like me. He just fell out there.
Hey, man, it was good seeing you, big buddy. I'll tell you, man, you know, when we do the shows, we've doing them online now.
Yeah.
So since COVID, we have not been in the studio, but we
That's
do them
amazing
because
thing.
it works. It works a lot better and fast, and it's effective. So it was good seeing you this week, buddy. You know, you came in, Dr. Lenny came in. I mean, everybody was coming in.
No kidding. I missed Dr. Boy. Look, see there.
Yeah,
that's right, because he texted when we were sitting there, right?
Yeah. So we see a lot of people came through this week. So
that's good.
I thank y'all for coming through. It was good. You know, we everybody got to check in, right? At some point in time. So
you got to do it, man.
Yeah, we got to do it. So it was good. So Big B, tell us, man, start us off. Tell us what's going on. You know, we're following the measles. You know, they're up to over 500 right now.
Yeah, man.
Deaths in the area of Texas and the
Texas. It's getting worse all down there, man.
It's getting very, very interesting and strange how it's just in that area.
Yeah.
So tell us what's the latest numbers that we have coming through.
All right, buddy. Looking at our early indicators, man, for test positivity, from April of last year up to about now, we're looking at 3.7%. Okay, that's ending March of 2025. For emergency visits into our hospital, we're looking at 0.6%. So that one's going down just a hair, Dr. P. And for severity indicators of hospitalization, that rate also dropped a tail bit, because remember last week it was about 6.0%. Now it's at 2.0, Dr. P. So you know, with all the stuff that's going on, we still can say thank you, Dad, for keeping us in the right place. And our deaths right now for COVID and all these other kind of things right now has also kind of sort of evened out at 0.8%, Dr. B. So that's kind of like where we are, man.
So we're at those numbers, you know, where things are still for the flu. You know, it's still a little brisk outside, you know, even though the trees are budding and you're starting to see, you know, the cherry blossoms are coming out and all those things happening, but still it's a little chill in the air. You can come out, you know, it was really cold yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
And with that, still keep your coats on, you know, make sure this is the pneumonia weather. So be careful, family. All right.
Yep.
All right. We're going to get started. And, you know, I always start off with our best time. I always call the testimonies, which means that testimonies go a long way. Because, you know, whenever somebody's going through something, I'm on the front line, so I see everyone and I communicate with everyone. And sometimes you need that extra something of faith and help with your faith. And sometimes it's a testimony. You know, we know that we pray that God will bless us, but sometimes he'll bless us with another opportunity to speak to somebody that went through the same thing you went through.
I know that's right.
So with that, a testimony goes a long way. So I take it not lightly when we have this session, and I want y'all to continuously support each other by, you know, every time someone comes on, no matter where they are in the journey, whether they're going in a journey, they're in a journey, or coming out of a journey, we want to celebrate you, because we've had some incredible testimonies and continue to have testimonies that are literally they're life changing. So I want to open up the floor right now. Anyone have a question or something if they want to first give a testimony on what they may have happened to them? Could be a blood pressure, could be something you did this week, could have been an ambassador. You could have been someone that's an intercessor in doing something and changing someone's life. So at this point, the floor is officially open. Anyone have a testimony? Anyone have a testimony?
Hello, Dr. Paul.
Who's that?
And everyone. This is Darlene B.
Hey, Darlene.
Hey, Darlene. How you doing?
Good. I know my assessment should be coming up pretty soon, but I just wanted to give a testimony that's over a year. I've been taking the green drink.
Okay.
I've been doing every once in a while the transition with the dandelion root and the Q10 and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And my blood pressure used to be 143 over.
Okay, say that again. You're fading out on us. You're fading out on
okay.
us. Again.
My blood pressure used to be 143 over 89. And here it's been going down. It went to 119 over 74.
Oh, right. That's right.
Me
That's
doing
what's up.
the, and here, like I was started getting kind of scared, but then here I just wanted to make sure that everybody was having COVID. And here I have not had COVID, and my immune system has been really good.
Wonderful.
Awesome. First of all, let's go off mute. Everybody come off mute.
Congratulations,
Darlene.
Blessings.
Congratulations, Darlene.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
Well, Darlene, you've made the commitment to, you want to get well, number one. And with that, you've done the things that you've done. So your faith has made you whole.
I know that's right.
When you do the right things and you stay on point, it does make a difference. It's a perfect system, we say, created by a genius. So I'm so happy for you. Blood pressure is the number one thing that people call about, saying I can't control this pressure. And when you can see numbers go from 140 to you said 119? Woo!
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It
started dropping to 123, and then here now is anywhere between 122 to one time it went for 115. So and that's why I was like, hey, something wrong, But here, like I said, I always had high, the high pressure. So I didn't pay no attention to it, but I've been feeling good and everything. I haven't been feeling sluggish,
Excellent.
I even changed with some of the recommendation from before with the different sugar, not refined sugar. I started playing around testing the monk fruit. Right. And the sugar in the raw, if anything.
Yeah,
so
just be careful of the monk fruit. The monk fruit, only thing you want to watch out for is the erythritol and the xylitol.
Yeah, and that's why I said I stopped, because it was like, but then I did the sugar and the raw. But it's not that I do it that often.
Okay. Well, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Continue to keep the good work and share the information of what you did, and what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm excited about this journey also.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Get
that's the way we start off, Big B. That's the way we start off, man.
Always. See, Daddy keeps looking out for us, man. He says, hey, look, they trying hard.
Yeah.
So we're going to send by somebody there to make it worthwhile. That's what it's all about.
Right. Testimony go a long way.
Yes, sir, buddy. I know that's right.
All right. Anybody else have a testimony? Anyone have a testimony?
Grand risings, everyone.
All right, Nita, sound like the
How you
voice.
Doing,
I'm doing better than some and better than most.
Wow.
There you go.
Hallelujah.
I can remember that.
What's that? Live, laugh, and love. Is that what's on your wall right there?
Yeah, I was in my living room, but I couldn't get my ceiling fan to work. I can't get my desktop to work, and I just brought it back from the Geek Squad. I'm so frustrated with these
The solar flares.
So I came on out here. It's not a porch, but it's screened in my front. So I said, it's still light out here. So
yeah, okay.
Excellent.
Well, it's working. That's all that counts.
Yes.
Anyway, going through the things I had to go through with my husband, at the long-term care facility. And back in the 90s, when I was in Philadelphia, I volunteered with PCA, and I was an ombudsman. So
yes,
I contacted them. I put my application in to volunteer, and I will start my training.
well, go ahead,
I
Oh,
girl.
well, go ahead now.
said these long-term, these families and residents in these long-term facilities, they need a voice.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
I
yes.
plan to be that voice.
Oh, it's
So
awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Awesome. Come on, mute for Anita.
Yes,
Lucky
Nita,
have
you.
you.
Great, Nita.
Yes,
Really
that is
need you.
great.
That's right,
That's
Nita.
a
Go
great
ahead.
ministry
Congratulations,
too.
Yes,
Nita.
yes, yes.
Yes,
Congratulations.
voice for the voiceless, you know.
Hey, yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
And they need that.
Congratulations, Nita.
And Nitha, you're perfect. You're perfect.
Because she's a
Position.
fighter.
Yes, yes. People need
Well,
those fighters. Yeah.
Well, I'm an agitator. And I mean that in a way because Farrakhan described it. He said, what does an agitator, when you wash your clothes, you got an agitator. What does
There
it
you
do?
go.
It gets the dirt out. So that's
That's
what
right.
an agitator does. And when your washing machine, that thing that goes around, that is an
Well,
agitator.
Yes,
And
it is.
what is
That's
it
right.
doing? It's cleaning your clothes and getting the dirt out. So that's what
well,
I plan to
That's
do.
right. That's right. Just
Mhm.
like if you had a sculpture and you were smoothing the sculpture out, how would you smooth it out when you have rough clay? You would
That's
use
right.
sandpaper.
That's right.
Save it all down. You gotta agitate it. But guess what happens? Beautiful art. How about that?
I know that's right, buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Awesome,
sir.
Letha. Congratulations and keep us up to date on that.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. All right. Who else we had there? Big B.
All right.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Anybody else? Come on now.
I have a testimony.
That sounds like
Okay.
the voice,
That
the
sound
man.
like Mark. That's all.
Sound the big Mark.
Grand Rising, everyone.
Well, man, you got it, buddy.
And rising.
I finally found a spot where I can eat that is legal.
That's legal. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, Mark, are we gonna need to pray on this?
Not this one. I just found the miracle.
I'm trying to figure out the ones that are illegal. If he said illegal, what's the ones that are illegal?
Well, my point exactly.
You know the illegal ones that's out there. That
I don't know what you're talking about,
right.
Mark. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Okay.
I know. But anyway, Dr. Paul, I know you're a awesome cook. And I know you know how to cook meals. But my question is, have you ever tasted a lion's mane cheesesteak before?
No, I haven't had that one yet. I think you're talking about
Nourish.
Nourish.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
I've had the
That-
chickens. I had the chicken sandwich. You know, she has a lion's mane, sort of like a spin-off of like a chicken sandwich. It's delicious.
Mhm.
You know, I assume it's probably the same thing because she's using the lion's mane. Yeah, it's crispy.
That
She makes it really crispy.
That is off the hook, off the chain. I done ordered like 5 of them already. And I'm ordering another one now.
You stocking up. You stocking up.
Stocking up, man. I was so happy when I finally found her, and I'm like, this is heaven. This must be heaven.
Okay, where's the location? Where's the location?
Yeah, she's on.
I don't
remember
know the
we had
location of it yet.
She's
I don't
on
know- I
3rd
know
and
it's in-
Spring
I
Garden.
know it's in
Spring
Girard.
Garden.
3rd and
I know
Spring
it's in
Garden.
Girard.
Yeah, you know,
Gerard.
Oh, Gerard. I'm sorry.
Gerard.
3rd and
Fred
Gerard.
and Gerard.
And
And yeah, Sarah was actually on the show. I had her on the Green Hour about a year ago, but it's probably time to check in. And we've done projects together. Matter of fact, we had a meeting sit down with Yaki the Awakening, and we had a sit down with her at Nourish. So yes, if you have not participated in going down or get a real meal and you wanted that vegan, you want to do that transforming from one to the other, that's it. You got to go down there and find out how to really prepare meals. Yeah, she's the one. Sarah is definitely the one. That's Nourish. You know, and
She would do anything for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can go on also online, and she's actually matter of fact, she's on Instagram if you're on Instagram.
On YouTube too.
Yeah, she's on YouTube. She's on all of them. So she's right down right on Girard Avenue. Yep. and it's an excellent sit down. You can have good food and really get to experience what it's like to do that, because it's all in the preparation, we say. So look for that. It's Nourish. I believe her address is 177 West Girard Avenue. That's the official one. Okay. And Mark,
Okay.
you getting yours delivered by Grubhub? What you getting it
Yes,
delivered?
I am. Yes,
I can tell.
am.
Boy,
The whole
oh
thing
boy.
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
After I start eating that food, my alkalinity in my body like went skyrocketing. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this thing is dark all the time. I'm like, I never seen this before. This must be heaven.
Yes.
And I will be getting a lot better. And the next walk y'all see, it's gonna be a whole lot better than the one that you see. I guarantee you. I'm guaranteeing this now.
All right.
God been blessed.
All right, buddy. Yes, sir, man.
All right. Let's everybody come off mute for Mark.
Yes, sir,
Mark,
Big
good
Mark.
job, buddy.
Congratulations, Mark.
All right, Mark.
Thank you.
Stay on point,
Go,
man.
Mark.
Thank
He
you.
looked like
Thank
he
you.
Go,
enjoying the
Mark.
food.
Way to go,
Congratulations,
man.
No, we caught him in
Appreciate you,
action. He's in action. He's actually chewing right now as we speak.
I'm waiting on my food now. Waiting on that dang on line, man.
I'll be careful. Don't be gaining no extra pounds now.
That's
I
right.
need to. I need to because I lost him.
Oh,
I lost 30
okay.
pounds.
Okay.
All right.
But I gained.
All
I went to the
right.
doctor today and I'm gaining my weight back. Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
All right.
There
That's
you
all right,
go.
Mark.
There you go, Mark.
Hey,
All
Dr.
right.
P, he
I
must have
am.
gained that 20 pounds I lost. Look out, Mark.
All right,
right.
we say, come on, Val.
All right.
Come on down
Anybody
to
else?
Nourish. Yep. All right, let's see. What else is going on?
Anybody else?
else?
Anyone else with a testimony? Anybody else? Anyone
Mhm.
else?
Any Facebook?
Hey, listen, guys. Let me
Go.
ask you to do me a big favor. Since Prophetess is not here, any questions that you want to make sure that if you don't get on, please put them in the chat because it'll extend it out. So we make sure when I send out the email at the end of the program, okay, you get everything, not just the things that were asked on the program itself. Because remember, there are folks who are on here on phone and they won't be able to see it, but they can also request a copy of the chat. So make sure you put your questions in the chat. All right, appreciate that so very much. All right.
All right.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay.
No,
all right.
while we're waiting,
All right.
I've been this week, I peruse all over the internet and, kind of look at interesting stories. Something came across this week that just blew my mind. And it's children that they're finding children that have this strange, I would say not strange. It's this ability to actually light up little light bulbs. And what they're doing, I don't know if y'all saw this. Did anybody see this, by the way? Anybody see this? Like there was one picture, and I'll see if I can find it. A little boy, he's about 2 years old, and they took the light bulb, and every time they take the light bulb and put it in the palm of his hand, Big B, light bulb lit up.
Look out now.
And then his sister said, "Look, watch this." She put it in his hand, and it lit up. And then she would take it off, and then she would put it on her hand. It wouldn't do nothing. She put it on everybody that was in the entire room. Nothing. But every time she put it on a little boy, his hand, the light bulb lit up. Wow. What does that mean? These children are coming through. They are really coming through, lit up, which means their endocrine systems are totally clear. They
Clean,
are
yeah,
grounded.
man.
There's no blockage. They're conduits of light now, which now you're seeing it, and it's all over the internet. You may see it if you just Google, children that light up light bulbs. It's gonna blow your mind. It's
That's
amazing.
deep.
Isn't
That's
that deep? That means that they're channeling energy. They're grounding.
Children.
And yes, they're indigos. We know that they're I believe, where are we now? Because we did a whole show. I had this.
You remember we talked about that too, if I remember
we
correctly.
had that before. There was there's rainbows, there's indigos, there's millennials. We got a whole lot of them that we go through. But this young group that's coming through now are really charged up. And he's just laughing. He's just laughing. He's just having a good time. He's just enjoying them, laughing at him. Every time she put it in his hand, it lit up. He was like, what? It was amazing. So what does that mean? That means that we're in a time where they have no blockage, no problems, no issues. Ain't worried about nothing because mommy doing
I
everything,
know that's
right?
true.
Mommy and daddy doing everything. I ain't got no worries. You know, I'm just happy go lucky. What does that say to us? That's my point. What does that say to us? We have to let these things go.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
let these things off your shoulder. Things that you can't change, let it go.
Let
You
it
know,
go.
let it go and let the light flow through you. And as long as you staying on point, you know, the universe is going to back you up. Got it? It's going to stay in positivity. You know, gratitude. Y'all remember we talked about gratitude?
Yeah, man, sure
We
did.
talked about
Yes.
gratitude that Saturday. You know, I was just compelled to talk about gratitude that day
Yeah.
and how it's good to be thankful. You
Yeah,
have to
man.
continuously wake up in the morning to be thankful. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah,
to
buddy.
prayer that, hey, you know what? We just got a little too comfortable. You know, we get up in the morning, we got a bed that's soft. You know, you get up, hit the floor. You know,
Man, I
you
know
got
that's
heat in
right.
your house. You got lights. You hit it, and it light comes on. You know, you go to the bathroom, and yep, you can go to the bathroom.
Well,
Yeah,
You
gotta
know,
go
you ain't gotta go
outside.
outside. You ain't gotta
That's
go
right. We used
outside.
to
you don't have to go to the
outside.
dark
That's
side
right.
to go to the bathroom.
Yes, we did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you,
buddy.
if you need to, you can turn on, you know, open your refrigerator. You got
Oh
food
my
stayed
God.
there for you. You thank God for
Man.
the food,
Yeah,
for the
buddy. That's
warmth
so
of your
true.
home. See, there's so much that we
Take
need
for
to
granted.
continuously be thankful for.
Mhm.
And we've gotten away with it. We got spoiled. We got
Yeah.
spoiled.
Yes. You
And we're
sounded
not
like Louise Hay right now, Dr. Paul.
woo.
Well,
I
Mm,
love Louise
mm,
Hay. I love
mm.
her.
We
She's
getting a
powerful.
little bit spoiled. So
yeah,
we
man.
have to go back and start thanking God for every time your breath in your body. That's why I say, you know, if you're breathing, you got a shot. So that's not just a
Yes.
shot for your health, but that's
Yeah,
for
man.
anything in life you
Everything.
got going on.
So
You
very
might
true,
have a
Doc.
goal. You say, you know what, I always wanted to do this. Well, go ahead and do it. Who's
Yeah.
stopping you? Who's stopping you? You
Nobody
know,
but you
age
or
has
me.
nothing to do with this thing.
That's right.
Got it?
That's
I want y'all
exactly
to
right.
hear that. Age has nothing to do with this. As long as you have the breath in your body, you can achieve any of your goals. Got it? So continue to keep on that. I saw that with the little boy. I said, you know what? That little boy ain't got nothing, ain't a care in the
Yeah,
world.
man,
And
that's
he just
true.
laughing. They just putting it on his hand and just lighting up. He's like,
Oh, my.
I'm like,
Wow.
My,
oh
my.
I'm gonna
man.
look that up.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
gonna see if
Dr.
I
Hall,
can find
that's
it. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
LG and LG. Let
Mhm.
go and let God. Shut
There
the
you
front
go.
door.
Let go and let God. So
Woo,
be
look out,
thankful.
boy.
Wake up. You know,
Right.
have an affirmation every morning that
Yeah,
you
man.
have, that you can pray,
Well,
and
when
just be
those
thankful, and then
doctors
things
and
will come
vaccine.
forward, and you'll notice things will clear out. You'll take
Yeah,
the
man.
weight off weight of the world off of you. Yep. All
You
right.
thank God that the day did not start without you.
Woo.
That girl, there you go again.
There you
There you
go.
go
There you
again.
go. There you go.
That's
There
so
you
very
go.
true.
He's
You know, I
prophetic.
think last week we said something about standing on this great electromagnetic force that is beneath our feet. That it's amazing what we're standing on, this earth that God made, and the body fearfully and wonderfully made in contact. There's a whole lot of things. We get the foolishness out of us. That he can do things through us for somebody else, because it's not about us.
That's right.
It's about everybody else.
That's
That's
right.
what the
That's right.
family is all about, Dr. B.
Yes, yes. Some of the greatest thing you can do is be in service to others.
Yes. Amen, my friend.
Amen. Amen.
So
All
very
right,
true.
let's see. I just had to do a little break there. I'm
Well,
sorry. I just started thinking about that little boy. His smile.
I'm gonna
His
look that up.
smile was brighter than the light bulb. How about that?
You know I'm gonna look that up so I can put it on my Facebook page.
Yes.
Is
He
are
just
you
had fun.
clean? All right. Anybody
How
else?
clean are you?
Well, how about it? Anybody?
All right. Okay. Who's next? Anyone have a testimony before we move to the questions? If not, we're going to move forward and we'll take questions from the chat,
Yeah,
or
I'll take
we'll go
one
to
from the chat
Facebook.
first.
Anywhere you want to
Okay?
go there, Big B. Where
All
you
right,
want to
man.
go?
We got one on Monica up top. Says, Dr. Paul, what does having a dark circle underneath your eye besides allergies and tiredness? I have one, but pus keeps coming out. What remedies can I take to get the skin color back to its original color?
Yep, you're talking about that's the point for kidneys.
Kidneys.
Yep, under the eyes. Yep, under the eyes. And darkness is stress, puffiness is inflammation. Under what eye, based on that side, represents the the side the kidney has the problem with. So if it's the left eye that's a little bit more puffier than the other one, then that left kidney on that side is having a problem. And that's what we use. That's called the face assessment. We have face assessment charts. Y'all remember the face chart I gave y'all, right? I
Yes.
showed y'all the face chart. So yes, we have those. So what can you do? Number one is water. You know, we always talk about water and the significance of water and how you have to stay on top of that water, because that's the first thing you got to do. The water, and then when we do the water, watch the concentration. I can tell you that the kidneys are the number one filters of the body, and they are under attack because of the processed foods, the industrialization, the things like the bioengineering and the GMOs. So all of these things has a major effect on the way you process. So the kidney's going to take a hit. They're going to take a hit. So with that being the case, you have to keep continuously doing things like a kidney detox. You know, what's good for kidneys, y'all? Come on. I mean, we didn't cover this a lot. What do you think?
Dandelion root.
Dandelion root.
Well,
That's right. Traditionally what's used. We say not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul.
well,
We got dandelion. Yep. What's another one? Anybody else? Anybody know another one? Dandelion root.
Uber Ursi.
Burdock.
Uva ursi. Yes. Uva ursi. UVA URSI.
SI.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Uva ursi. Any other ones? What else?
Burdock.
What else? Burdock is good. Yeah, burdock is liver.
Celery.
And yep, celery is very high on the list. You know, celery would definitely be something that I would put high on there, but make sure you're testing your celery. You know, if you have a tester, you got to watch your vegetable and fruit tester. Make sure it doesn't have high nitrites or nitrates. It naturally has nitrates, but again, watch those levels. You want to test them, okay? Celery is good though. Yep, celery is good. All right,
Black rice, and black sesame seeds.
Yep, there you go. There you
Thank you,
go.
Zinga.
Black foods.
Yeah, that's
Cranberry
right.
juice.
That's right. Did y'all get the list, the rice list? Did y'all get the rice
Yes.
list?
Yes. Some I hadn't even heard of before.
Yeah, right. Some of them, you know, there's a lot more. There's 110,000 cultures of rice.
Yeah,
Did y'all
man.
hear that?
What?
Yes,
Did
yes.
you hear that? 110,000 cultures of
Stop
rice.
it.
No, it really is that many. And I was blown away. The more I looked at that, I said, wow, we really are just, people are taking white rice, which has nothing in it.
No,
So,
it doesn't.
don't take the white rice, get you some brown rice, some wild rice, some black rice, some purple rice. You got all that good stuff. So stay on top of that.
Thank
It
you.
really makes a difference. Yes, absolutely. So, kidneys, that's what you want to do. Okay, Big B?
Yep. All right. Pat says, why is there bubbles in in my urine? I had blood work up and my kidney function is good.
Still proteins. That still can be proteins. Yep. It's the proteins. Yep. That's protein in the urine,
Okay.
and it's all based on what you had to eat in that time. Even when they say the kidneys are doing fine, still when you see the bubbling, foaming in the urine, that's definitely, yes, that's proteins. You're losing proteins. So that means watch your concentration of foods that you're eating.
Okay.
It does matter. Yep. That's what
But
it is.
what about when you said watch the proteins? What about the potassium? Because I know that the doctor was saying something about your kidneys don't eat the potatoes and some beans and things
Right,
like
too
that.
much starches. Yeah, too much starches. Concentration. Got it? See, concentration. Back to concentration again. So, that's really what it's all about. It's concentration. See, if it's too dense and there's not enough water, you're going to see that.
But I thought
The
yams
water is a
and
kick
sweet
it
potatoes
in.
were good for you.
They are, but if you're not drinking no water, what? You can't process it. You got to drink the water.
You got to drink the water.
Got to drink the water, and it's got to be an adequate amount that you're assimilating.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's very good. Yeah, very good. But
Tell
see
me
how the
what-
balance, see how we're doing this balance thing? It's always got to be a state of balance at all time. You can't just do one thing and not expect to get in the other one. You got to do things holistically. That's what the whole concept is.
Dr. Paul, I just wanted to interject. This is Nitha. My husband just got out of hospital again. He went in because his potassium level had jumped up to 6.8. So They admitted him again, and he does have kidney failure.
Mhm.
But the other issue is dehydration.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
He's not
Yep.
drinking enough water, and in these long-term care
That's it.
facilities,
Yeah.
they don't make them drink. With my
Mhm.
husband having dementia, because I'll go in and say, okay, you got to drink some water. I was drinking water all day. No, you were
He
not.
said, I've been
And,
drinking all day. You
you
know you're
know,
gonna get
And
that,
he
right?
doesn't know. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
he doesn't know. And that's the problem and the issue that I have a pet peeve about now in these long-term care facilities, because the staff doesn't know the importance of drinking water either.
Right. Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but there needs to be a plan, and that's something I'm going to work on. There needs to be a plan that it has to be somehow, some way that those nurses or aides who are assigned to patients, and when you're going around doing your check, you gotta incorporate making them drink water.
Yep, that's
You
right.
know,
And then
making
also
them drink water.
sometimes you can see foam in the urine coming from urinary tract infections also.
Absolutely.
So you got to watch, holding the urine. Got it sitting for long periods of time. Don't hold the urine, right?
So it's the
So
foam that
Yeah.
comes when you're holding it? Is that what it is?
you're
You're
creating
spilling
no when
protein.
you're holding it, you're creating the environment perfect for bacteria to grow.
Absolutely.
Think about that. See, you're creating it by not going to the bathroom or sitting.
So,
The
yeah.
lower part of your pelvic floor gets hotter than any part of your body. So
Mhm.
now by you doing this, you sit. No, I'll go to the bathroom in a few minutes. I'll wait till this commercial go off. Or I'll wait till I get home. We ain't going to these bathrooms around here. We're gonna wait till we get
Man,
home.
Yeah, that's yeah.
trust me.
Whatever you doing, sometimes you gotta get to the bathroom. Go. Don't hold it. All right.
Yeah, Dr. Paul, I drink anywhere between 64 and 68 ounces of water a day.
Right.
Yeah. So what's happening is now the balance is what else are you doing? You got it? See, you can be doing all the water, but if you're based on what you're eating, you're depleting, that means you're splitting the fence.
Yeah.
So you got to watch what you're eating. What else are you eating? So this is a perfect example. I'm glad you brought that up. See,
I'm
I'll
doing a
have
Daniel fast now, so I'm not eating a whole lot.
right. So that means you're at a deficit then. You're still at a
Yeah.
deficit.
Mhm.
See, the only way you're going
Okay.
to test this thing is to start with your pH.
Yeah.
That's what you
Right.
start doing. Test with your pH. That's going to tell the whole story every time.
Okay.
And when you look at that pH, you're going to see it usually is very acidic. Got it? Very acidic. Because it's a perfect environment. So it starts to now, you're going to have those issues with, perfect for UTIs. Be careful. Okay, that's
Okay.
people are walking around, they have a UTI and don't even know it.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Because you don't have the normal symptoms, especially
Symptoms, right?
if you're
Yeah. That's,
age. You don't have burning and pain, and you don't have to have an elevated temp. You can have a below normal temp.
Yep.
You know,
Mm.
that.
Yep.
But there's a change in your mental status, especially seniors. That's what
Yep.
you look for.
Yeah.
okay.
And
All
then
right.
also rapid heart rate too. See what
Yes.
happens.
Yes.
Sometimes you'll notice that there's a heart rate. See what's happening. Remember the heart saying, wait a minute, we have a enemy. We have bacteria enemy and we got to burn this thing out. So speed up the engine. So that's when start having heart palpitations, sometimes sweating, profusely. Then next thing you know, the temperature rises, getting too high. And then that's when the discombobulation, because the heat is on the brain. Too close to 108 is the temperature of boiling blood. That's too hot. And seniors get too hot, and the brain they start to get wobbly. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
they say,
Yeah.
brother
So
so and
true.
so, sister so and so keep falling. Why they keep falling? Usually it's a UTI. Yep.
Okay.
So that's why they're making fun of them in these emergency rooms. Like, oh, they come in here talking, the seniors come in here talking all crazy, and they mumbling and jumbling and stumbling and falling. Yeah, they got a UTI.
Yeah.
So you got to understand it. And
Wow.
if it's in front of you, you can understand it. But ignorance, sometimes people not aware that seniors are going through this because it's hard for them to get back and forth to the bathroom. Got it? Or they're, it's a struggle for them. We as moving around, we young, we can get up the steps and down the steps and going in and out. And even in the bathroom, it's a struggle for some people. So we have to keep that in mind.
And some of the bathrooms downright nasty. I'm just going there.
Yep. Hey, you know what you can do? I want y'all to get the bathroom app. Y'all know about the bathroom app? I gave
Yeah,
y'all the
I'm
bathroom
glad I
app,
brought
right?
that up so folk can know.
Yeah.
Get the
Yes.
bathroom app. Y'all, who downloaded the bathroom app?
Yeah, yeah.
You got one? What's your favorite bathroom app?
I
Anybody?
know I don't have one, but
I gotta look on my phone.
Is it the poop map?
Yeah, you got the poop map. You got the poop
funny.
map. What's the other one?
yeah, man.
Yeah. That's a good one. Poop map is good. What else? All you got to do is punch in bathroom app
Okay.
or bathroom
app.
finder. If you
Finder,
punch in
yeah.
bathroom finder,
that's probably
Yeah.
the better one.
let me give you some names. They got one called Flush Toilet.
Have mercy.
Wow.
We can't wait.
This near you.
we can't wait. Flush Toilet Finder. Yeah, Poop Map is on here. Lulu.
Oh my, oh my.
The poop. Just straight the poop. Yep.
Yes,
So
my mama.
here's the best thing about this. It helps you and it GPSs your location. So if you're out somewhere, even whether it's Philadelphia or outside, wherever you are in your surrounding area, it GPS your location and it gives a rating for the bathrooms in your area. So, for example, it was designed for diabetics who, of course, during COVID, when everybody was really like super sensitive about being in public places. Well, these are the apps that they were downloading, and it comes with reviews. So, for example, you had a review on there that says like, "Hey, go to this bathroom," and it may have instructions under there with star ratings, like go here, ask the manager, you go to the back, whatever it was, and people were loving it. And it also helps for those who are, of course, diabetic. So
Right.
utilize this. I can tell you there's so many people that have come to me and said, that thing saved them one time. They were out on a highway and somewhere and didn't know where to go. They punched that in and they found the bathroom. Got it? So there's another one called Squat or Not. That's another
Well,
one.
that
Squat or
sounds like
Not.
me.
Yeah. And not only that, but it'll tell you the good ones and it'll say, girl, don't go there. Man, don't go there. It gives you great ratings. So download that app on your phone. Okay. All right. Let's see, Big B. What else you got
All
there?
right, Tom, we got one more that we'll go up and take Kamara, and then we'll come back and take Stephanie. All right. Dr. Paul, what could be the cause of burning with stinging legs from knee down and upper back? I'm taking the green drink, core calcium, Bush's Broom, dandelion. I drink 8 glasses of crystal geyser water at the source. And she just finished completing the colon cleanse and the parasite cleanse. So what's going on?
Well, I would say she mentioned everything but structural. Okay, no structural, no structural. You got to make sure you're structurally sound. See, burning down the leg has everything to do with your muscle and also dealing with misalignments in your spine. So you could have, I was telling y'all about, the quadratus lumborum. It's the muscle, comes off this lower part of the spine, goes through the hip, attaches to the hip bone. So you start to feel it on the outside. But if that thing gets tight, let me tell you, you're going to let everybody know you in pain. And it goes down, it'll trigger the nerve down to the foot. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The QL. Yep. Or the psoas. There's another one called the psoas, and that's actually in the inside of the hip. So there's muscles, I would say, structurally, you got to eliminate that first. You're doing all the great stuff, but you got to eliminate, structural issues. So a good chiropractor or acupuncture, right? You got Dr. Eloise here tonight.
Right here.
Yeah. So she can help you with that also. So you have to eliminate structural issues because a lot of time people have structural issues and don't address it. And your exercise has a lot to do with that. How much exercise are you doing? And when you're doing exercise, are you getting in proper stretching, before you get dynamic stretching before, static stretching when you shut down? We're in the gym every morning, my son and I, and we're going through this routine. get to walking, on a treadmill, things like that. So that's what I would look for, structural first.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, Dr. P, tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes,
Hi,
ma'am.
everybody.
Hey, what's up,
Kamara.
Kamara?
Oh, so Dr. Paul, thanks to you, I had the consultation about my condition of the rapid heartbeat during the hours of 1 to 3 in the morning, waking me up. And I've been through a number of tests, echocardiogram and the nuclear stress test. And then I went back to my primary. I tell you, it's been I feel like somebody in the service going on tour of duty, back and forth. So back to the primary, and she ran tests, and come to find out, my TSH is, I'm now hypothyroid. Where 15 years ago I was hyperthyroid.
Too slow now.
Yes. So now, but it's not drastically, but it's still under. I did go to a chiropractor. I'm going to continue that. Thank goodness the insurance is paying for 6 more visits. And I asked the chiropractor about what you said about the nerves between them. Was the 5th and 6th vertebrae, or was it 6 and 7?
This is dealing with the upper thoracic, right?
Right.
Yep.
Just to
T2.
try to rule that out.
Yeah,
And he
T2.
said it was and so he believed in that theory. That was my first question to him, to see how knowledgeable he was about that possibility. So he said it wasn't to the extent that he would say that's the culprit. But I'm still taking the treatments just overall, because you can always use chiropractic adjustments.
You know what?
So
I
I
always
wanted
think.
to talk to you about thyroid and natural cures, because when I had Graves' disease years ago, they wanted to put me on propylthyroid uracil, but thanks to you and Tony Moore, the iodine, the kelp, and the dose, took care of that. So I never had to go on that prescription.
You know what I also have been noticing, Kamara? This is a good point. This is a good topic, y'all. Because when we have these issues with the heart, and we I gave you the range of T2, T5, upper coronary, lower coronary arteries, and things like that. And one thing that I'm seeing, okay, I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing lately. When there's these muscles, and you know what, Big B, this has something to do. You know what I'm gonna go into. I'm gonna go into this.
Man.
I'm gonna eventually get into this Wi-Fi thing. But
Yeah,
everybody's muscles are super tight.
Yeah.
Got it? Super tight right now. The back muscles are, I mean, I've never seen online so many.
Yes, they are.
I've never seen so many on Instagram feed lines of people doing stretch exercises for their hips, and they're opening their hips and their backs and all of this. I'm telling you, maybe this is something that have been talking about before the 5G and all the things, because
buddy. Yes, sir.
these rays are pulling the moisture out of the cell. And if it pulls it out of the cell, it makes us more dehydrated than ever. And people are starting to now, when that pulls and that muscles, if the cells start to degenerate or to get dehydrated, they start to contract the muscles, and then they get tight. And then that's what one side pull, the other side pull that spine right out of place.
Yeah, buddy.
Got it? So I'm saying this. I know it's a step, that I'm actually going on, but potassium and magnesium. I would say check your potassium and magnesium levels.
Well, the magnesium was tested when I was in the emergency room, and it was slightly under. And before they would release me, they gave me magnesium sulfate.
Wow.
So I'm back on magnesium oxide. Yep, it wasn't terribly low, but they don't let you go unless everything is, because they have to be liable.
Yeah. I believe the magnesium has a lot, because the muscles are losing the magnesium and the potassium. It's the dehydration that we're getting.
I forgot to tell you that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, well, that's spot on, though. That's exactly.
Yes.
Well, I said it was a stretch. I was stretching,
Stretch on.
But I'm stretching because I'm seeing people when they start. Now, here's the thing that I'm noticing, and I'm gonna share this with the family. I have
Well,
folks that come through and they'll have misalignments in their back, and I would usually tell them, go get it, get yourself checked out with the chiropractor and everything. And when they come back, the spine is back in alignment. And then I said, "Did you go to the chiropractor?" I said, "No, I just drank more water."
Well, okay
I
now,
said,
y'all.
"Wait a minute." I said, "Okay, that makes sense." So if you're drinking more water, you're bringing more flexibility back into the system. You're getting more hydration to the cells, and now they're going to release. Got it? It's the back. I'll tell you, I've never seen so many people so tight. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. So, I mean, people are having back problems and they're 20 years old. I'm like, you don't even got a back yet. You still got gristle. You still got gristle in your back. And yet they're having issues. So I would say, look at the potassium, but also the magnesium, but also potassium. And they can get that from the green drink. That's what the green drinks are for. And if you just grab 2 green drinks a day, that makes a world of difference, family. I'm going to tell you, it makes a world of difference. And if you do that on a regular, you can keep your levels right here. Got it?
Okay. I
Breakfast.
can, there's definitely room for me to increase on the green drink.
Yeah. Take an additional, because remember, any magnesium, the highest magnesium is anything green. You got it? That's the green stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kamara. I think that helped
you.
somebody tonight. I think that helped somebody.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sure did.
I'll continue the journey. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Get your Wi-Fi stuff.
Well, I know that's right.
You can't carry this one in your pocket, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That might
stones
be
are
a
a little
little, that
too
might be a
big
little
for
difficult,
your
Big
pocket.
B. Yeah, that's especially the one with the point on the end. That might not be good.
But Dr.
I
Paul, would
do
you
have
take
the
the
one
green
you
drink
promoted
in the
that we
morning and at night?
What was that?
Would you drink the green drink in the morning and at night, or?
Sure. You can take it. You can take it. See, remember, you can veggie anytime. We
Yes.
always say, you try not to eat after 7 o'clock, right? Remember we say that? Eat or drink. But remember, if you're hungry, you got to eat. Got it? So veggie, you can veggie anytime. Because remember, fruit, what? Stimulates.
Yeah.
Vegetables, what? Stabilize. Got it?
Stabilize.
So fruit will, first thing in the morning, gets you to 12 o'clock. Get to 12 o'clock, and then that takes you down as you're going throughout the day. You start to veggie. Right? Because they stabilize. Got it? You don't want to wait late in the night and then you take fruit, because you're going to do what? You're going to what?
Go
Spike.
up, yeah.
Got it? So that you're going to stay up all night. Remember, I told y'all about the sister that told me off that time. I remember I told y'all that story. You remember that, Big B? She said, "Doc Paul, care what you say." Said, "What you said ain't working." I said, "What do you mean?" She says, "I did exactly what you said." I said, "What did I say?" She said, "I take my vegetables in the morning and my fruit at night, and I can't go to bed."
That's not what Dr. Paul
Exact
said.
opposite. Exact opposite, boy.
I said, "You got it backwards." She said, "Oh Lord," and then hung up on me. So,
Dr. Paul, before you go past what Kamara was speaking on, could you just briefly tell us about the hyper and hypo? Just give us a brief what that means.
yeah, the hyperoid it means it's too fast, too slow.
Yeah.
Thyroid is the voltage regulator of the body. You got it? Moves that endocrine system. It's like a gear shift in your car. But if you move too fast, hyper. Too slow, hypo. Too slow. It has to maintain a balance, and that's why we use things like kelp. Kelp is used to balance those things out, or sea vegetables of any kind. So chlorella, kelp, nori, things like bladderwrack, any of those sea vegetables have the proper balance that keeps it in balance. That's why we need that, because it also protects you also, because it, from what they call radioactive isotopes, when you're exposed to like things like radiation, it helps to block that. So it's all sea vegetables is what keeps that in balance, but that's your voltage regulator. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good questions. All right, let's see who else we got there, Big B.
Okay, we'll go down to Stephanie. Stephanie, you there?
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, Stephanie. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey.
Pretty
Hello.
What's going on? What's going on?
You've been dancing up
You
a storm.
dancing? You dancing tonight? You
Yes,
know,
I'm on.
you got us flagged, right?
Really?
Yeah, we got flags. Facebook flagged the account because of your music. It just said you can't play this because I said no, we can play it. So in certain countries they flagged it, but
Yeah,
that's all
but
right. We in
Oh my
America could
goodness.
see it. Yeah, certain parts of the world couldn't get it. So, but
See,
but it
I
was
was about
beautiful. Continue to do the dance, and hope you got some good stuff.
I'll let you know when the next ministry performance comes up. It's one coming.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Time.
Some of us might want to bust up in there.
Come on.
well,
Yes, yes, yes. So
That's
what's going on, Stephanie?
two things I'm wondering. If a person is incapacitated,
Mm-hmm.
right, and they can't drink, will they get enough water through the IV?
Well, the whole thing would be first off, before if they're getting enough. Number one, what kind of water are they getting? And you know that it's in hospital, you're not going to be getting that right stuff.
But in the nursing home, the care facility allowed us to bring the guys of water.
Oh,
So
well, good. You're good.
yeah,
You're
and
good. You're good. Yeah, that's why I say ask. The best thing you can do is just ask.
I'm just
You
wondering if he's getting enough water through the bag. Like, can't drink, so
Yeah, well, the key is to find out, and maybe Neitha,
Yeah, I'm
can
here.
you help them on that one, on how would that be with that IV drip, on how that would be, at
Well,
what rate
well,
and
see, the
things like
thing
that?
is, are they on that continuously and do they have an IV drip? Sometimes doctors will order IVs for hydration, but it's not continuous 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's for a
Mm-hmm.
short period of time till they
Mm-hmm.
hydrate it and then they stop those IVs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
you
even
know,
when a person is incapacitated,
well, what do you mean by incapacitated?
they're in a coma.
Oh, they're in a coma. Well, then
Mm-hmm.
they should have a feeding tube then.
They
Mm-hmm.
do.
Well, then see, that's not IV. So a
No, but
feeding tube, but then you should be able to get more water in them because I had patients at home had feeding tubes, and okay, they're
Mm-hmm.
not giving them water because they're not explaining that, and the nutritionist, they're giving them the feeding. I said, but okay, how much water? Oh, they told me to flush with 60 cc. I said, but wait a minute, you got to put more water in there than that. So you got
Mm-hmm.
to have a time. You got to give them 8 ounces and you spread it out and make sure they get the water that they need, because you can
Mm-hmm.
push that right in through the feeding tube.
Yeah,
see,
and
I
then
didn't
also,
know how they were doing it because we see them putting the water in the IV bag that's hanging up. Or is
Yeah,
that
but a lot of times they don't know how much water a person should get too.
yeah, and then keeping it in
through?
mind on based on how much their body weight, things like that. You
mhm.
got to make sure, and of
That's
course
right.
their condition
In
too,
their
because
condition, because if they
because
have
the condition.
CHF, they may be on a restriction. You have to
Yep.
find all that out
Yep.
first.
So you have to see all those things have to be weighed out first, and then just make sure. I mean, you got a good thing that you have the ability for them to give you crystal geyser, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have that on a regular basis, that's a good first start. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. So now your goal is to find out what's equivalent or considered satisfactory for them based on their situation. What is good. So I would probe that. And find out what's going on with the doctors.
And the
Okay.
reason why I was wondering if they were getting enough water because a lot of, when they have the trach collar, a lot of the mucus is coming up. It's coming up thick and it's coming up into the trach collar, but it looks
Yeah.
like he's learned, even in his coma state, how to swallow it back down. But
Yeah.
a lot of it still builds up. And I was just wondering.
Yeah. What else? What
I don't
else
know.
are they? What else are they giving him? That's my question, because that, some of that thick, that's thick stuff that they're putting in, like the what's the one, the one, what is it that we used to call Play-Doh? We
Used
used
to
to
be
call it
called what?
Play-Doh. They call it.
Oh,
We used to call it
Play it.
Play-Doh. Play-Doh is so thick because when we
mhm.
looked at the ingredients that were in there was things that were GMOs. There were, oh man, it was just
Oh
so
yeah.
many chemicals, and and they're just feeding this stuff as a nutrition to a lot of folks, and it's the worst thing you could ever give
It's the worst
somebody.
thing, absolutely.
You know,
Mhm,
but we call
mhm.
it Play-Doh. I forget which one they were. I forget. I'll have to look and find out which that is. But I would, that sounds like a meeting. You need to get with
Yeah.
the doctor on that, on the condition.
And the nutritionist, because usually there's a nutritionist involved, and you need to ask, okay, how much water are they getting, and how much of the nutrition they're feeding? Osmolite, I don't know. There's several of them,
Mhm.
whatever they're
And
getting.
if there's any restrictions, yep. And if there's any restrictions, yep. All
Uh,
right.
One last question is, how do you, and this is not for him, not for the one in the coma, but how does a person remove excess wax in the ear?
Excess wax in the ear.
Is there
Well,
a way?
you have a couple of things. There's wax removal kits that you can go right to your
Oh,
local drugstore and get. I
Mhm.
gave you the Dr. Neal's. You remember the Neal's? Dr. Neal?
I do remember that name.
Yeah, Dr. Neal. And I can pull it up real quick. Dr. Neal ear wax removal. It's a kit. You can get this offline, or you can get it right in. Matter of fact, they sell it in all the drugstores. And that's not a problem. I'll give you the one that I recommend. It's about $10, if you get it. And let me put this on here so you can see, okay? And you don't need something super fantastic. You just need something to get it moving. All of them are going to have about 3% peroxide, okay? Usually about 3% peroxide. So with that, it looks like this. Can you see that?
There
Can
you
you see
go.
that?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
it's up.
See that right there? See, you got the air. You got the air. You got the soft silicone easy syringe.
Okay.
You got the wax softening. You got even the earplugs. And here, right here, is the drainage collection cups. And here is actually, they give you a little safe tool to actually, it's a safe spin, because you don't want to push it back with a Q-tip. You actually use that at the very end. It's a soft twirl. So when you turn it, and it has a little arrow in which direction to go. It pulls and grabs and locks on to any wax and pulls it out.
Wow.
Got it? So what you would do is, for example, you put a little bit of water, soft syringe, water in the ear just to get it going. And then you would take this wax softener, okay, and you would drop it in the ear on one side, okay, let it drain down, because it's going to be a little like it's like a thick peroxide type of consistency. And then you would take one of these earplugs, put an earplug in there, all right, and let it sit. Same thing with the other ear. Got it? Do the same thing with the other ear. So left and right. And now when it goes in there, when that wax, actually that silicone, what is not the silicone, but the peroxide actually hits it, you're gonna start to hear it when it hits the wax, it starts bubbling.
Bubbling, yeah.
Sound like Rice Krispies.
Crackling.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound like Rice Krispies in there. And then what happens is, with that, is breaking it down. It's breaking it down, breaking it down. Got it? So you let it sit in there for about, I think they'll tell you about maybe 30 minutes or so. There's a time limit they give you. The instructions are pretty clear. And then after it's done, you flush the ear. You flush it. So you take this actual air, or it's like a water, like air. So it's a saline solution. And you grab this cup, this end right here. See right here where the drainage cup is? That hooks onto the can. So when all you do is, when you take the earplug out, you lean it over, and it literally flushes it just like that, y'all.
Wow.
And then next thing you know, it clears out all that stuff. Just comes right out of the ear. It's a great thing. See, we use it for music, because we always, whenever you're exposed to a lot of like headphones, like Big B and I always have headphones when we're in on the radio, or you listen to music that's high. See, it's the brain, or the brain is getting the sense that something is actually happening to the ear. So when you build that extra wax, that's actually the body trying to protect the sound, or the protection of the ear.
Yes.
Did you know that the wax in your ear is actually will repel insects?
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Yep.
Yes, it repels insects. That's what it does.
But we don't want to
naturally.
Nature is amazing.
Ain't that amazing? So if you're constantly got, you know, boom, 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 like the kids with the big, you know, headphones and they're getting a lot of sound, they listen to loud music all the time. Yeah, they the ones that got the blocked up ears from all the wax. Because the body believes that it's under attack, so it's going to create excess wax to protect you. So you got to do this on a regular. So anybody in the music industry will tell you this. You got to keep this on a regular. Like if you're an audio engineer or somebody in live bands, or you just have a job where you have headphones on all the time, you're going to get excessive wax in the ear. So that's what this is about. So you should do this like every quarter. I would do it every quarter if you're somebody that has it on a regular basis. But once a year for a person could be sufficient, you know, once a year. But that's one way. Now, the other way is called candling. Anybody know about candling?
Heard about that.
Anybody
Yes,
heard
I
of
do.
candling?
Dr. Burton does candling.
Yeah, Dr. Burton does candling. You know, did you know that you can find candles, you know, ear candles in the drugstore? I was shocked. I was like, what?
No kidding. All right now.
Yes. Well, actually, let's see if I can show the family. Has anybody ever heard this or what we're talking about? Anybody heard this?
Yes.
Me, yep.
Y'all never heard this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Heard it, didn't know what it was.
This
Yeah,
is it.
I have.
Good talk. This is good talk.
Uh-huh.
All right, I got to pull up a video for you. How about that?
Well, okay.
I'm gonna make me pull up a video.
Bring
All
it
right,
on.
let me see. Here.
Remember to watch your time. You know, prophetess isn't on the night.
Hey, that's
you
all right.
stepping in for it, right? You stepping in for it.
I got my timer right here, just in case.
Big B.
Because if I don't have it right, she'll get me. You know how it is. She'll be playing.
Yes. Oh man. So see, you're gonna have people see when someone does this, you should have someone that's experienced in this.
Absolutely.
You know, that knows what they're doing. You know, number one, proper safety always, you know, because you don't want to, you know, number one, don't set nobody hair on fire. Or burn their ears or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
You got to know what you're doing. So, let me see if I can find one. Here, let me just pick one. I'm just gonna pick one and see what it says. All right, let me pick one because I don't know what I'm gonna get here, y'all. So let me see. Hold on.
He's taking a shot, y'all. We're in trouble. We're in trouble now.
No, that one's not. No.
Hopefully, no one's using it.
It's ear candling. It's ear candling. Yeah, it's candling. So I'm gonna work on this. Let me think about this because I don't know what's in here. Because I'm looking at the stuff. I want to get you a good one because you got to really see it and you want to make sure you're getting it. Maybe it's this one here. Let me see if this one works. Yeah, I'll work on it. Let me work on that. All right, let me work on that because I don't want to get the wrong one and then everybody's like, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I know that. Dr. Paul, is there any truth to the fact that I heard people say that if you get use earwax, if you have a fever blister, you use your own earwax?
Gosh.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? I wouldn't put it past it, man. You know, it's yours.
Yeah, it's not like I'm getting it from somebody else or I'm buying it at Thrifty or something like that. just thought I'll throw that in.
I have heard that in my childhood down south.
Yeah, and that's where I'm from, down south. Come on, that's where it's all about. You got that? Just put that stuff out here and put it right there. Take care of it, honey. Take it right there real fast.
Hey, you know what? I ain't saying nothing to that. That might work. It just might work. I'll tell you, it just might work.
It can't be worse than gasoline, huh?
Oh, well,
I tell you, hey.
Out of that, a canola oil, better than what?
All right, I think I got one. I got one. All
Who's
right, I got
determined?
one.
He ain't playing.
I ain't playing. I'm trying to get y'all straight. I'm trying to get us all straight. Yes, hold up. Let me see if I can share this one.
Oh boy, amazing, amazing.
Let's see. I'm gonna open this one up here. Yeah. All right. Let me see. I don't know what this is, y'all. I'm just, we live.
Again, let's pray, y'all. Let's pray, y'all.
The wonders of live. All right. All right. Can y'all see it now?
Not yet.
something.
It's there. Yep. Now
Well,
make
and today I'm
sure.
going to show you ear candling.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, I'm Robin. I'm the Green Smoothie Girl online, and I'm going to do a demo for you today about how to do a really age-old practice that's really helpful for your health in a variety of ways. It's called ear candling. And to do that, I have my Lyle here. Do you know what that is going to do for you?
It's going to help my selective hearing.
You're in trouble now.
That might be an unintended positive consequence of this, but a lot of times what people use ear candles for is if you can't hear. Anyway, so Lyle's going to go ahead and stretch out on the table, and we're going to do one ear, and I'm going to show you how to do this safely because it's very easy to do it unsafely. Okay, so one reason that people use ear candles is if they can't hear very well and they're just trying to clear out wax from your ear. You don't want to be digging in your ear with a Q-tip.
Yes.
We all know that's bad for you. It flattens all that cilia, which you need to clean out your ears, and it could also damage your eardrum. So ear candling is really safe. I'm going to show you how to do this safely because it does involve fire.
Oops.
And as you can see, Lyle has this lovely long hair.
Don't
So
do
if
it,
you're doing
Lyle.
this
Don't
on
do it.
someone whose hair you don't want to burn off, I'm going to show you how to be very safe with it.
Trouble,
But another
Lyle.
reason that people sometimes use ear candles is if they have an ear infection. I'm not telling you to do this if you have an ear infection. However, it doesn't solve an ear infection, but what it does is it gets things moving and get things moving from the inner ear to the middle ear all the way out. Once you get some wax cleared out, sometimes it can really help get things moving when there's a lot of infection in there. The thing that I like to do, and this is kind of my own way of doing ear candles, is I'll get a disposable pie plate and I'll take my scissors and just stab a hole in the middle of it. And then I'll make it just big enough with the scissors that I can put the ear candle through, just so that I can fit it in Lyle's ear. This is one of the fail-safes, how I make sure that the burning ear candle does not end up burning his hair. If you're going to do it with a child, you want someone else there who is doing something very entertaining for the child, because if they wiggle around, it's going to be very hard to do. So you need someone who's going to sit there and read them one of their very favorite stories. Okay, so in addition to this, I'm going to put the end of this in Lyle's ear, and then I'm going to light the end of this ear candle on fire. Just to be safe, we're going to actually cover up his hair, except for right where we need for his ear. Now make sure that you think about where his ear canal points. It's going to be like this. So we wouldn't want to stick it in like this, because not only would we not be creating the suction, which is what this is going to do, but we also might injure him. We want to put it in. It doesn't have to go in super deep. And how's that feel, Lyle?
Feels great.
Okay. It's not poking you.
Nope.
Okay,
Now
go
I'm
ahead,
going to flatten
Lyle.
this down. I'm going to get this as
Trouble, Lyle.
close to his ear as possible. This is going to be one of the protections. And then we're going to light this on fire. You can hear that, Lyle?
Yep.
So we're going to let this candle burn down a few inches. But when it starts to flop over, we're going to want to cut it off. When it burns down a little bit, we want it to burn and have a nice big flame on it, because it's creating heat that is pulling earwax up and out of the ear. It's melting it, it's creating a vacuum, it's melting it, and it's pulling it actually up into the bottom part of this candle. And you're actually going to see it. We're going to actually show you the contents of Lyle's ear.
Oh my goodness. Is she leaving there?
Okay, so this is burned down far enough that I want to cut some of it off. And that's what I have this pie plate for, is so that in case when I clip this off and put it in water, in case it falls off, it's going to fall off into the pie plate. Now we're going to let this burn down as far as we can, comfortably. I like to let it burn as far as I can, because the lower it burns, the more that heat is drawing up the earwax. However, you also really want to be safe, and so you want to be ready to pull it out and douse it in the water as soon as you're done.
Lyle's just chilling, Dr. Paul.
I know, he just chilling. He's doing his
Because
thing.
she really trusts her.
When it burns down
You know
this
that's right.
far is when most of the work is being done. That's when the heat is melting the wax in the ear and it's drawing it up more. How do you feel, Lau? Can you hear any? Some people can hear kind of like crackling sounds.
Yeah, it sounds a little crackling, but it sounds more like I'm pan frying a fish or something.
What do you think the crackling really is?
Rice Krispies.
Down my ears.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're getting down to the bottom and I'm starting to feel it on my fingers. So I'm gonna grab the white part right here and I'm going to carefully, you don't move, Lyle. I'm pulling it out here.
Pull it out.
And I'm going to douse this, but I'm gonna save the white part. So we'll cut off the burned part, and then most ear candles have a wrapping, and you can just actually just unwrap it here.
Ew.
Okay.
Look
So
at that.
Ew.
that's probably the least earwax I've ever seen come out
Ew.
of anybody's ear doing ear candling. But you can see that's quite a bit. That can really affect your hearing, that amount of wax in your ear. So that's how you do it. Make sure you're very safe when you do ear candling. Make sure you take all of these precautions. And just so that you have a simple, easy guide, I'm going to give you all of my tips for ear candling safely and inexpensively. Share my favorite brands of ear candles. Right down below, you can get that free PDF by clicking the link. And Lyle, thank you so much for helping me.
All right, Lyle, you did good. Let's give hands to Lyle.
Yay. You're
You
a
got
good
through
man,
it,
Lyle.
Lyle. You got through it, Lyle.
You're a good man, Lyle. You got a lot of moxie,
Learn
boy.
something new every day.
So you see what the situation is with that. It works because as you heat it up, it creates a suction. You know, when it burns at one end, and it creates a suction, but it's a heated suction. So now it melts the wax, and then it draws. Now it starts to pull. Some people, they've had some incredible results from that. They couldn't do anything else, and that was the only thing that worked for them.
Wow.
Only thing, a disclaimer, like I said before, and make sure it's somebody that's knowledgeable about what they're doing, and they've done it before. You know, you can explore this, but like I think I loved her the approach where she took a pan. You know, like the pan, you know, the aluminum foil pan from like a pie pan, put a hole through it because that gives you extra protection.
Very, yes.
Make sure, you know, whenever you're dealing with fire, of course, make sure you have that person's undivided attention. You know, they ain't on the phone like, you know, don't do that. Have their undivided attention. Make sure you're on point. But if not, you know, Dr. Ethel does that also. She does it. She used to do it all the time, candling. So, you know, try it. These are things that help. So either the Dr. Neal's or candling, they both work. All right. All right.
So,
Good stuff.
you don't suggest just straight peroxide.
Well, you can do that. You know, that's what it is. But you remember, like, it's not that peroxide. No, I don't recommend straight peroxide. That you talking about just regular peroxide in the ear? No, I would not, because when you take it, you need something of the peroxide that they give you is in a gel form. Okay, which means it moves slow. You don't want to have that filling up the ear like that. That's a little bit too aggressive. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's always the earwax formulas. I would use that because they break it down just in the right consistency for the ear.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's also tools too. There's a tool that you can get that you use to turn. They're called turner tools, just like you can get in that kit. Have you ever seen one of those? Have y'all seen one of those before?
Yes, I have some.
Spiral kind of thing. Spiral.
It's a hold on for a second. Let me grab something. Big B.
You muted yourself, Dr. P. He got so excited he muted his own self.
Oh my goodness.
Dr. Paul, you muted yourself. Are you aware of that?
I thought he went to get something.
Yeah, I think he did. He probably did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he probably did. And guys, we're at 8:47, so bear in mind that we're going to try, instead of going to the chat, I'm going to come with Sharon, Neetha, Cotton, and Karam, and then we'll getting out of here. Okay, I just wanted you to let you know. And if there's any other questions or comments, you kind of put them in the chat now. And to make sure that we do that I'll at least be able to send that information out to everyone in the chat as you requested after the program. Probably tomorrow we'll get that stuff out to you. Okay. And remember to get a copy of tonight's chat. Let me just do this right now. You get a copy of tonight's chat. What you got to do? You got to send me an email, right? And you do that by saying it to meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. Now, to continue to support the family tree, you're going to use my Cash App, and that's $BILMORGAN. Again, $BILMORGAN. If you use Zelle through your bank, that ID number is meccavideo@comcast.net. Again, meccavideo@comcast.net. And lastly, we've got the P.O. Box here in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. So you got those 4 ways. Hey, listen, they'll tell you, Dr. Paul will tell you, I'll run him down to make sure we get everything we need, because otherwise he ends up on the stick. All right. And Karen, I want you to know I've been getting your stuff out to you. I hope you know that, right?
Yes, sir. I've got them, Bill. Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. All right.
I'm about to fire off another one to you.
Okay, buddy. No problem.
Okay, now I was not able to find the one because I usually have one. Let me see here. I found one online though. Okay, that can give you an example, and you can go on Amazon and grab these. And these are. Let me see if I can open this up. Yeah, this one here. And these are tools that you can actually. They have attachments. So they're attachments that you can grab, and they will let's see if I can do this as a download. Let me grab this one here.
Here's a picture here.
Mm-hmm.
I have one.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay, let me see.
Tanitha.
Yeah, that's one right there. Yep, that's one right there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those are actually good. I think mine is probably all the way in another bathroom somewhere, but they're used for the very purpose and they work very well. I would definitely say they work better than Q-tips. Don't take a Q-tip because what you're going to do is it's going to push it back
back in.
Way back in. So you don't want to do that. So here's one right here. Let me share this one with you here.
I know I bought them, but I haven't used them yet.
Mm-hmm. See that right there?
Yeah.
This is the tool that you have right here. See the swirl?
Yep.
And it has a little arrow in there. Neitha, you probably have it. Yep, the same one.
Yes,
Neitha
it does.
has. Yep.
Uh-huh.
And they're they lose their flexibility. So sometimes that's why they give you so many different ones. They become a little bit loose, but you move it in the right direction. See how it moves in a direction there? It'll pull. So when it rolls through, it pulls back. And it can remove more than, just pushing something in your ear. Got it? And then what do they say? Don't put nothing in your ear except for your elbow.
Yeah, well, I know that's right. Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right.
Okay, is that it, Stephanie?
Yes, that's it.
All right, we'll go to
Thank you.
Sharon and then Neitha and MCOT. Sharon, you there? There we go. There we go.
Hi everybody. Hi, Dr. Paul.
Hey, Sharon, what's going on?
Oh, not a lot. Staying with it.
All right, that's right. Stay with it.
Stay with it. I was, I've been doing everything right for my blood pressure, and it was really good for a while, and then it started going up, and so I went to a new doctor who's really good, and he felt that as long as we've been fighting this, we should be able to have it under better control. So he suggested a renal scan, and it came back that I had 60% renal stenosis, and he's considering a stent, and I was wondering if there's anything natural I can do about that, because he thinks that that's what's causing the blood pressure going up.
So what is your pressure usually around?
It's been running, like today it was 170 over 90.
170 over 90. Okay.
And then after he put me on a treadmill and I ran for a while, it started dropping, which is what it does. That's why I go out and run every day, because it does drop. It just doesn't stay down.
So did we have numbers on you? Did we do numbers on you on the RM3A? Did we do
we did. We did. Yeah, I need to come back. It was a couple years ago.
I would say come on back, because remember, we're looking at some things. Now, he's pretty much sold on the fact that this is an adrenal issue. Is that correct?
Right.
Is that what he said? He's looking at this as an adrenal thing.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah, so he's trying to say this is stress. Are you stressed out? Is it something?
Yeah, my house flooded 6 months ago, and I've been in a hotel fighting insurance company. So
Oh,
That'll
wow.
stress you.
That'll stress you. That'll stress you.
yeah, it's
That'll
been
stress you.
It's been, and then every
Oh,
week the
God
hotel's
bless
threatening
you.
to put us out. So, because the
Yeah,
insurance
yeah.
company
Yes,
won't give
that's
up the money.
definitely stressful.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That
sorry
Yeah.
could
to
see
hear that.
that's the first thing you got to look at. See,
Hmm.
he's sold
Bless
on
your
that
heart.
point. I
Yeah.
beg to differ. I beg to differ. I like to eliminate the process of elimination. You
Hmm.
know, we use the old Sherlock Holmes technique. You know, look for eliminate the possibilities first. And it starts with, you know, making sure that there's no endothelial disruption. Got it? That means
Hmm.
the vessels in the lining of the arteries and veins are moving and they're flexible. Once that's normal, then you know that there's no possibility for congestion, which means that that will raise the heart rate and that will cause issues with high blood pressure. Second one would be plaque buildup. Okay, plaque buildup, which of course means saturation. Stay off the oils. Watch the oils. Usually, when you see that, we have this indicator on the RM3A called the PTG. Photoplethysmography actually does a snapshot of your arteries and veins to see systemically all over the body, is there anywhere that you could be plaquing up? 1 through 5, 1 meaning the best, 5 meaning blocked. We got to eliminate that. Take that off the table. That
I was a
both
2.
you were 2, so you were
Yes.
good. So that was actually good. So it wasn't a plaque issue then. You know, then. Okay, I say then because you got to come on back in. Okay. And then the third one that really causes the problem is to look at, stress, but I would also say structural issues. You remember structural issues was misalignment. Do you remember what in your back? Was there any misalignments in the back?
Yes, there was the one, and it was one that affects the heart and one affects the renal.
Ah,
Wow, just thought of that.
See there? See there? So you got to take those things off the table before you start talking about cutting, ripping, or burning something out. You
Okay,
got
yeah,
you got to go back to that. See, the T10 would be the kidneys. T10.
T10.
Got it. T10. T10 is right where sometimes you'll feel it right in the middle part of your lower back, and it kind of feels like it wraps around. Some people, when they get that feeling, it sort of wraps around. Well, that's feeding the kidneys. Got it? So if there's a misalignment there, they're going to miss it every time. They're not going to miss it sometime, not most of the time. They're going to miss it every time.
Okay.
And the reason why I can speak on this is because when we do the testing and I see this, I see a lot of sports athletes with this. And they're telling them they got to do something with your kidneys. And then when we get that right, you know, next thing you know, numbers come back to normal. You got it? So T10, do you have a chiropractor?
Yes.
Yes, go back to your chiropractor.
I think I probably need to change though, because I took everything from the other doctor that you referred us to. Okay. I went there, got everything, and I took it to a closer doctor because it was like an hour and 15 minutes drive. So I took it to my doctor here and I showed it to him, and he looks at it and says, well, I guess that could be true. I don't exactly agree with this kind of stuff.
They don't want to admit it. Nobody wants to admit it, but I'm gonna tell you, I see the results. See, when I'm doing I call mine community research. The community research means that when you start seeing these numbers, you know that it can't be continuously happening over and over and you ignore it. You know, it's really happening. It's really, you have to take those things off the table. Take it off the table first, then you can move forward. So once you've corrected that and you know that it's no longer a T10 and you start to get that back in order, guess what? You see what happens then. Now, I will say this. I don't know if you heard me early in the conversation where I talked about the muscles. Got it? The muscles in the back. You know, dehydration is a big factor because, like I said, a lot of people are so dehydrated that it's contracting the muscles in the back. Potassium, magnesium, you know, lack of water, hydration makes that back real tight, super tight. So tight that it's going to pull that spine out. Got it? So you got to eliminate all that structural stuff first.
Okay.
Forward. But here you go. You said what? You said the T10? I'll take a look. Come on in. I think it's time for a reset. Okay.
Okay, and when I wanted to have the renal scan, they told me to back off my water because there was water still in my kidneys. Even after I went to the bathroom, there was still water there. And they said that, and then they told me today, because the blood flow is not good, back off the water, because if I'm drinking water, none of it made sense. If I'm
Yeah,
drinking a
that's
lot of water.
interesting. That's interesting. You know, but still, you remember your spine feeds the organs. It feeds all the entire body. That's the part that's the most important part of your body. They used to call that the Nile River, you know, the Nile River of the body, you know, that flows through the body. It's the spinal, it actually feeds, that's the tree of life, is your spinal cord. How about that? So what does it mean? If you got blockage, that means like you outside, you know, watering the lawn, and I'm in here stepping on your hose. You know, you can't get nothing flowing out there. So you're going to get back up. You can get, you know, some form of, you know, I could even imagine you're probably getting air in those areas. So that's what they're seeing. Back up. It's not moving. So nothing's flowing. So just eliminate that out the equation first. Then you can start having those conversations, you know, about other, you know, procedures and things like that. But check all those things. But T10, I find it interesting that you know, we found the T10 on that area. Okay. So I would, you know, come on back in.
I'll be back. Okay. And then how do I do the detox? I got the detox, the parasite cleanse and all that. How do I take that? I was confused.
Okay, so they start with the colon cleanse, okay? And if y'all looking at it, this right here, just happen to have one right here. Got the colon cleanse. Can you see it, Big B? Am I good?
Yep, I see it right there.
Green.
Right there.
Cleanse,
Yep.
green.
Yep.
Green mean go.
Okay, got that.
This time of year, it's that time.
It's always so, yep.
So take that every day?
Well, just as it says on the bottle.
Oh, the bottle. Okay.
It says 1 capsule after every meal. Got it? That's what we do. And that will get you all the way through to the end of the bottle. Got it? We say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease. Just food for the soul, super colon cleanse. Then that will help the digestion. The desired result is that once you eat, soon after you eliminate. That's the key. Got it? And then after you've completed that, then you go to the parasite formula, because you have to cleanse, then sweep.
Yep.
Because the whole purpose is that you know, when you're cleansing, you know, parasites are sentient. They know that somebody trying to get rid of us, Big B.
I know that's right, buddy.
Somebody trying to get rid of us. We better spawn more eggs or larvae to keep going. So it tries to spawn more. That's when you got to come with the parasite formula. Got it? Parasite formula comes back. And with the parasite formula, that will allow to destroy any eggs or larvae that they try to spawn, you know, to actually keep it moving. And that means all that's in here would be like the wormwood, the black walnut, the cloves, all of that stuff is in here. It's a parasite form. And you would do it the same way. 1 capsule after every meal. Got it?
Yes, thank you.
And that's what you would do till the end of the bottle. Okay. And that's what you would start with. You know, some people, after they've done it for several times, they would not take 1. They may take more, but each person has a, you know, sensitivity. So you have to just go as your body is as you feel your body is directed. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Sister, all right, Sister Cotton. And then Karen.
Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate you.
Good evening, Dr.
Thank
Paul.
you.
Big Bill, hi.
Yeah, good.
Hey.
I have a couple questions, please. A friend of mine cannot take turmeric because she's taken tamoxifen. So can you suggest something that she can use other than the turmeric for inflammation? No.
Yeah, no, she's going to have, as long as you're taking that pharmaceutical med, you're going to have a lot of blockage with that. You're going to have a lot of things that contradict with that. You can't split the fence when it comes to that, you know. So you have to, there has to be a way of what's your choice and what's your approach to what you want to get done. You know, because when you're dealing with that, they're going to tell you, as long as you're taking this, you can't do that. And sometimes that is what you really need. if you know what I
Right.
mean. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Gotcha.
Because remember, food is the key that the body's looking for. It's not in balance. The body's looking, it's in ease, it's in balance. When it's out of balance, that's where dis-ease comes from. It's out of balance because of what it's looking for, which is food. So that's where inflammation, um, they say, because what was the explanation they gave you? They gave her?
Well, she couldn't take it because she couldn't take the turmeric because she's on the tamoxifen.
Yeah, but it's probably the turmeric she really needs. So that's why she needs to be assessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you weigh the situation on both sides, and then she can make, with more information, she can make a better concerned decision on what she wants to
Okay.
do. That's what I
Okay.
would recommend, because it can be complicated. There would be more questions to ask her.
Right.
Her history, things like that.
Right.
And but turmeric is one of the number one anti-inflammatories on the planet.
Yeah.
Yep, hands down, there's nothing that
Mm-hmm.
beats turmeric when it comes to inflammation. And now
Okay.
when you put a bioperine with that, a bioperine is like a black pepper, cracked black pepper, and
Right.
that actually opens up and now opens the pores toward heat to now have it absorb even more.
Mm-hmm.
So curcuminoids is what it's called, curcuminoids. When the pharmaceutical companies back about 20, 30 years ago tried to find out what was causing the number one place where there's no inflammation. They got other problems, but they don't have inflammation. Guess where they went?
India.
You got it. They went to India. And when they went to
Right.
India, they
Right.
said, you know what? It's that turmeric, because
They
they put it
danced with it.
everywhere.
They
They put it
celebrated.
everywhere. Yep.
Okay.
Called the festival.
Okay.
Called the Festival of Life. Take the turmeric and throw it on each other. Got barrels of it. Just throwing it on
Wow.
each
I
other.
know that's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Bless you,
Thank
Big
All
you.
G.
right.
Bless you.
Also, wait a minute, I have two more questions.
Okay.
I've been using the wild cherry
Cherry bar.
bark syrup since February for bronchitis and coughing, and I still have the cough, it's a bad cough. So I wanted to know, is there anything else that I could take?
Well, I think that's going to be the question is, what else are you doing? You got it? See, when you have a cough, sometimes it could be a cough that's causing, it can be not bacterial, it can be fungal. You got it? So fungus. So you got to watch and make sure you go through that top 10 toxic food list. You got it? Something may be triggering you. Are you like dairy?
No, I drink almond milk.
Okay, almond milk can be just as bad.
I
You
make
got to
my
watch
own
that.
though. I make
Okay,
my own
okay. Well, that's good. That's
cashew milk and almond milk.
okay. Just watch the carrageenan, right?
Okay.
Carrageenan, no thickeners, no cheese. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Any of that? None of that stuff, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You say yes, no.
Yes and no. Yes and
Okay,
no.
that's so no cheese.
Being honest.
Cheese is the number
Okay.
one. That's one of the number one things that causes that fungus. Remember,
Okay. No
it is
cheese.
the fungus to start
Yeah.
with.
Okay. No cheese.
No cheese.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
So
gonna cause.
go to the top 10 list.
Yep, go to the top 10 list.
Okay.
Everybody, if y'all want to know where to go,
Okay.
I showed y'all on there, right? Let
Yes.
me
Yes.
see.
I know where it is.
Okay, good.
Okay. And also the swelling in my ankles and my ankles and in my legs, especially my right leg. That's where I
Mm-hmm.
had 3 blood clots.
Yeah, you blocking
Over
up.
3 years. Over 3
Mm-hmm.
years, I've had 3 blood clots.
Yeah, thick
So,
blood.
and I
Mm-hmm.
keep having a lot of swelling. So can you suggest something?
Well, first you need an assessment. Are you in Philadelphia?
I'm in Florida.
In Florida? Yeah, we need a conversation first, because definitely you have to. It sounds like food choices to me. What you're eating, because that's usually where the swelling is, definitely the lymphatic system backing up. Okay, so
Yes,
when
it
your legs are
is.
backing up, it means you're getting too much concentration somewhere. Got it? Something's going on. So it's a perfect. What's interesting? It's a perfect system. So even when we say, I don't know what it is I'm doing, and then somewhere along the line, you say, you know what? I forgot about them. I forgot about the cheese.
Yeah,
I forgot
that's
about
true. That's
this.
right.
I forgot about
Right.
that. But
Okay.
see, it's amazing how the body is so perfect. It's perfection. It is perfection. It'll show you, I'm not gonna go for that. I need this. I need this. This is what I need. So somewhere in the line, we got to work out what you may be getting exposed to. It could be food.
Okay.
It's usually food choices. Okay, usually food choices. But we identify one of them though.
You know,
Okay.
Dr. Paul,
Thank you so much. Oh,
Dr. Paul,
Okay.
this is Nitha real quick. She said a key word that just went off in my head when she said blood clots. That's venous and lymphedema right
Yeah,
there.
lymphedema. Yeah, that's
Her
right.
venous system. She has venous insufficiency.
Yeah, that's right. So we got to open those up. So dilators, things that move,
Mhm.
there's circulation herbs that are used, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. But see, even if I give you those, and we know that we've identified the butcher's broom,
Yeah.
the horse chestnut, the dandelion, but still, if you're eating something that may be triggering the wrong
Mhm.
results, then
Right.
then you're back to splitting the fence. So you got to be careful. Okay.
Okay. So those 10, the 10 food lists will
Top
tell
10.
me, okay, will it show me what foods are causing the inflammation?
All acidic foods.
All
Got it? That
acidic
fall
foods.
on the acidic foods. Remember, this is all about acid. At the end of the
Mhm.
day, it all comes down to alkaline or acid. And
Right.
if you're spinning in a state of acidosis, you're shutting down. It's going to go after
Okay.
you. So you
Okay.
gotta
I
start the
will call
alkaline.
you.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will make an appointment. Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
Good
Thank
talking
you
to you.
so
All
much.
right.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, and guys, let me again. There are a lot of questions we're not going to get to. Please make sure you send all those questions to me so that I can get them to Dr. Paul and we can get back to you. Okay, I want to make that a point for you to really keep in mind. Okay, so you put that, put those. Make sure you send me an email to makeavideo@gmail.com. All right, Karen, and we'll come back and we'll get out of here. We're at 9:09. Karen.
Yeah. Hey, good morning. Oh, good morning.
I know that's what's wrong when you go on a cruise. Don't take us. Your brain goes bad.
You just coming off a cruise, man. You went
Yeah,
a cruise.
so-
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
St. Martin, St. Kitts, and Antigua, Eastern
man.
Caribbean.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
See,
See that?
But
that's what happened.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm all
now-
messed up. But good evening, everyone. Yeah, this will
In a good
be
way. In a good way.
yeah, this will be real quick, and we can discuss it next week and whatnot. But I received today. I ordered my African mango because I had asked you about that a couple months ago.
Okay.
African mango, and then I went to Whole Foods because Amazon was ridiculously high. Mary Roots lymphatic support.
Oh yeah,
liquid extract, and I ordered my straight eight that posture
Oh
corrector.
yeah.
So it's hard to see in the.
Hold it
there.
straight, right.
Right there.
Don't move.
I know.
Which one is that, Karen?
But right there.
Okay, there you go, right there. That is.
What's
okay.
that for?
Posture. For posture.
I got them today, so I just wanted to make note of that, and we can discuss it later another time because I know it's late and you need to get to your family or eat or whatever. It's personal time, so
that's
be
cool. That's cool.
respectful
Good
of that.
stuff,
So,
man.
all right,
man,
I just
I'm
wanted
glad.
to make note of that.
Okay. Hey, great stuff, man. Great stuff.
Cam, you just giving us a little teaser, man.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
That's right. All right, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yes, absolutely.
All
right.
Guru.
All right.
Hey, Dr. Green, look at it. Look at this, Dr. Green.
Woo! Look at that. Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't get the towel, but I didn't realize when I got home, my wife said, "You got one of those." I said, what are you talking about? And it says, 8 a.m., drink up. 10 a.m., keep going. 12 o'clock, keep chugging. 2 p.m., you got this. 4
got
p.m.
this.
almost there. 6 p.m.
Almost there.
You did it. It's done.
You did it. You did it. That's right. Keep it up.
Mm.
All right.
So
I want to
that's for
show
me.
y'all. Yeah,
like
that's
that.
great, man. That's great.
Great.
I want to show you all if you have not already downloaded the free giveaway that I have on the website. It's the guide. You know, and we talk about it a lot, but I wanted to show the family what that looks like. And here it is. And this is a mastering a healthy lifestyle. Okay, do you see that? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
I have that.
Okay, and
Yeah.
it's about a 14-page guide. It's just a pre-introduction for those that are dealing with, you know, coming into the fold of natural health. Give you a little bit of the origins of civilization in the Nile Valley of Egypt. You know, breaks down a little bit of understanding where a lot of the knowledge from, you know, what we get comes from. And the different philosophies. You remember I always tell y'all what? Know who you're talking to and who's talking to you. You got it? So the allopathic versus homeopathic versus naturopathic. What's the difference? Well, I'm going to tell you. So it shows you the breakdown of that. Then it goes into of course, quality versus quantity. What you need to know about water, the ones you need to get up to stay away from, which is what? Purified, filtered, reverse osmosis, distilled. Got it? The worst water is what? Y'all remember the worst water? Ugh.
Tap water.
Tap
water.
Tap water, Dasani. Believe it or not.
Dasani.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, quality versus quantity. You need water, and we break down where it comes from and the different things between bottle at the source and what that really means. So this is a great resource for people to get started. It starts in the whole purpose was not to overflow you with too much information,
Right.
but to stimulate conversation, and then now to start to know why. You know, to salt or not to salt. I'm totally confused. My doctor told me to stay away from all salt. I'm supposed to stay away from all salt. You better not stay away from all salt.
I know that's right.
You better not. It's not the salt. It's what they're
Better
doing
not.
to the salt. You got it? It's what they're doing to the salt. You need salt. You got to have salt. Salt grounds the charge. Yep. But it's the refined salts you got to stay away from. You need unrefined. That means salt that actually allows the charge to hold the energy in the body. You got the white salt, the sea salt. You got the Himalayan pink salt, kelp salt. Did y'all know kelp salt is a good one? Do you know about kelp salt?
Yep.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
for the thyroid, hypothyroidism. And then, of course, we talk about circadian rhythm because some people say, I can't sleep no more. Yep. Well, you got to know what time you're in. Know where you are at all time and don't break the rules. So here we have circadian rhythms from 12 noon to 7, assimilation cycle, which is the time for rest, and that's 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. And then you got that cleansing cycle, 4 a.m. to 12 noon. That's the flushing and the detox time. So when you're waking up in the morning, what cycle are you in? Real quick test. Real quick test. You're in the cleansing, right? So if you're cleansing first thing in the morning, then why are you eating meat in the morning?
Hammers.
You're cleansing in the morning. Why are you eating meat? That's not cleansing. What would be cleansing? What would be considered cleansing in the morning?
Fruit.
That's right, fruit, because fruit detox, it stimulates, it drives. So that's going to wake you up. You got it? So that's why you got to understand your circadian rhythm. That's also why I'm going to tell you more cases of people women having fibroid cysts and tumors, and also men having prostate issues. Has a lot to do with eating out of cycle. Got it? You got to eat back in cycle. Know where you are at all points. And then, of course, we go into our pH chart, which you know the difference between acid versus alkaline. You want to stay where? Right between here. 6.5, 7.5. Got it? Stay in this zone. That's where bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, cancer, COVID can't live in there, y'all.
Well,
I better keep
hallelujah.
going. I better keep on going. But
Yep.
anyway,
We'll keep going before he shut us off.
yeah, better shut us off. And then you got, and then as we had many conversations and talks today about swelling in the legs, this is called the lymphatic system, the secondary circulatory system. This is the system that is getting back. This is your
Mhm.
sewer system of your body. But in understanding this system is a complete system and sealed system. It only
Yes.
has, not like the first system, it doesn't have a pump. It only moves when you move. Got it? So if you're not moving and you're sedentary, you're going to get swelling in the legs and the ankles because this stuff has to pump through you, but it only moves when you move. You got it? So that's why you got to get it moving. Rebounding, the trampolines, the mini trampolines, the row machines, the elliptical machines, anything you can do to get moving will stimulate this system to move. Now, a perfect healthy person exercises every day. Big B moves one time a day.
Well, hallelujah.
One time a day.
That's
That
right.
means it's a slow moving system because it's bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites, all kind of things are moving through the system trying to get it eliminated out of you. But some people's symptoms, if that's a healthy person that moves only once a day, guess what? The person that don't exercise, how long that would move. Got it?
That is true.
That may move once a month with some people.
Yeah, and that's true.
Bad, not good, not good. So as that goes in, this is what I was talking to the sister about, the top 10 toxic foods. Probably one of the probably the most popular parts of this guide is the things to stay away from. Top 10 toxic foods. You got the sodium nitrates, the aspartame, the salt. Giving a description of everything: margarine, shellfish, food, junk foods, GMOs, fluoride, chlorine, dairy, coffee, alcohol. Oh my. Fermentation, carbonated beverages, all these things have one commonality. What do? They spin the body acid. So thank you. You can get this free download. Go right to my website, drpaulherbs.com. Punch in right on that area, and you can get this free download. It's all free, y'all. I'm giving it away. And yes, the classes are still happening. We're finalizing a couple more of the classes because we want to release it all in one spot so everybody gets everything. So you're going to get all that in there, and you're going to get a video presentation and all that good stuff.
All right. Yeah,
all right,
buddy.
so we're going to wrap it up because it's time to go. Big B, did you tell everybody how they can help us out, man?
Yes,
How
I
they
did,
wanna
man.
be a
But
part of
I'll do it one more time.
One more time.
One more time. Guys, remember, if you want to get a copy of the nice check, what you got to do? You got to send me an email, guys, to mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, mechavideo@gmail.com to continue to support the family tree. Guys, again, use my Cash App. That's $BILMORGAN. And if you use your bank, that's through Zelle. That ID number is mechavideo@comcast.net. Again, mechavideo@comcast.net. Or you can use our P.O. Box right here in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Guess what? Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your friends, bring everybody. Well, right here to the family tree every Wednesday night. Bam! There you go, buddy.
Well, I want to say good night.
Hey, all right, Queen. Yeah, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
God bless you. Have a great night.
Learn anything tonight, y'all?
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
Yeah, we
always.
did.
If you're
Good night.
breathing, you gotta
All right.
sing it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Say, continue to stay on point. I want everybody to take this information and go share the information.
Yeah, man,
So
always.
make sure that you share this information by telling some in family, and it stimulates conversation.
That's right. That's right.
That's what makes us all a healthier and better community because
right.
we're all, at the end of the day, we just one big old family.
That's
so
right, brother.
God
Yes,
bless
sir.
y'all. May God keep y'all.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Paul, thank you, Big B. Thank you, everybody.
Let's get Big B, Bill, 1L Morgan,
Yo,
and
thank you.
1L Morgan.
Big B, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man, always.
We saying be encouraged.
Yo, buddy.
If you're breathing,
Yeah, got a shot.
you know what? I just want to thank y'all so much for just doing what you're doing. These questions are right on time.
Yeah, buddy.
Because they're about reality of what's happening out here. That's why it's so important. So be encouraged and always share this information and be willing to help somebody else. All right?
Yeah,
'Cause
man.
you know what? You're going to be blessed just by helping somebody else.
I know that, right, buddy? Because it
Can't
ain't
be
about us.
God-given. You can't be, gotta give it. Every time you try to give it away, it come back faster.
He smacked you right in the face.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give
Man,
somebody
smack
money, and by the time you got home, somebody gave you.
Gave you some money.
That's
Gave
right.
you right back.
I can't get his money.
Did a
away.
flip on you, man.
Keep it in circulation.
That's why they call it. Why do they call it currency?
Yeah, currency.
Why they call it currency? That's right.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. All right, we're gonna dance it out because Marcy looking at me like you better get it going.
I know.
All right,
Marcy, what you doing?
Tap.
Tap.
All right, that's that. All right. Come on down. Y'all dance.
Yes.
Come on, Queen. You
Come on,
gotta
Queen.
join, Queen. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Come on,
Marcy. Where you at, Marcy? Marcy? All right. Tap.
All right, one the camera.
Then breathe. Don't forget to breathe. All right. On that one. Don't stop breathing. Tap. Left side, right side. That's right.
All right, Paulette. All right, good to see ya.
Good. Come on.
I see you. That's right. Get it in.
That's right, baby. Come on.
All right, Rita. I see you, Rita.
That's right.
Hey, Rita, we'll get to your phone because I did see it. I just want you to know I did see it.
Yeah, come on to the other side.
Hey, Paul Williams, what's up, buddy? All right.
Good. All right, come on. Come on, get a little breathing in. Breathe in.
Breathe out.
Breathe out. I want to hear you breathe. Come on. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. You got to do this every day, y'all.
Yes.
Take your time and breathe it out. Good music. See, you got to get yourself around good music. Good people.
Yep.
Good looking people too, right, baby?
Yeah, we treat people looking good.
No ugly people. That's right.
Ain't no ugly people in the room. What you talking about, man?
That's right. Cute.
Ain't no ugly people allowed, Dr. B. Good move.
You're a mess.
Breathe in.
Yeah.
Breathe out. Come on, blow it out. Good. Breathe in. See, this opens up the lungs also. Y'all got that? Good. Now, clap it up. Come on. Get that little energy going with that chi going, right? That chi going. Now rub. Come on, let's rub some of that hands together.
Get the heat in.
Feel that
Get the heat in.
Get that heat in. That's right.
I know.
And rub. Back and rub. Back and rub.
Yep.
Back and rub. And then rub it on down.
Yeah,
that's right.
Don't touch yourself. Just rub it on down. Get the heat
All
and the heating
down.
going on,
That's
y'all.
right.
Get it going on.
That's right. Come on
Hey,
down. Come
bring
on
it
down.
on. Bring it out.
On the right side. It may be a shoulder that you're dealing with. Maybe on the other side with a knee. Wherever it is. Right? Clap. And rub. Clap and rub. Clap. Clap and rub. There you go. That's right. You can put it on. And as you're rubbing, getting that heat together.
Yep.
Take the top one, put it right there. Move the top one, keep the bottom one still.
Yeah.
You can have me go like that. See right there, you feel like
Feel like
feel that energy?
He energy bouncing, boy, like a ball.
Feel that ball in there? Wow. That's your energy. Wow. Take that. Put that with good intention. Bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
And if you're breathing,
got a shot.
Don't let nobody take that away from you.
Nope. Getting nothing here.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Hey.
Work it out.
Come on, work it out. Come on, work it out. Go ahead, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Everybody do Marcy. Go, Marcy. Hug yourself.
Do the Margaret.
Go, Marcy. Go, Sharon.
Margaret did that too. Do the Margaret. I see.
Go ahead, Stephanie. Go, Stephanie. Come on, Stephanie.
Get a chair.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing something. I don't right.
Watch out, Dr. Stephanie have a flower. Get it, Stephanie. Oh, now.
I'm turning the cameras off like I ain't did.
No, mine doesn't work on this
Go ahead,
computer.
Paulette. Go ahead, Paulette. Show him, Paulette. Show him, Paulette.
Yeah. Y'all looking good.
Paulette said, I ain't turning my camera off. There you go.
Get it, Paulette.
Go, Carol. Go, Carol. Go, Carol. Go, Carol. Come on, man. Come on.
He's always so serious.
He's serious.
Yeah, he ain't serious now.
Everyone always says that.
Yep. All right, y'all.
Keep moving.
All right. Hey. Yep, I heard it. Get it, Stephanie. Let me mess with Stephanie. Yep. Blessed see you on the weekend, guys. 900 AM WRD Radio, 96.1 Black Talk Media right here at Columbia.
That's right. We'll see ya.